Alrighty, welcome to Photoshop party number 2 for the year. I haven't done a whole lot this year. It's been nice. Um, Feel free to ask questions throughout the whole thing. I know there's a few new people here. So if you have a question, just scream out. If I don't explain it properly, let me know. My wife tells me I don't know how to explain things after 42 years when I say it's blue. Well, what do you mean by blue? Is it? Never mind. This is being recorded. I'm going to be nice. Okay. What we're going to talk about today is presets in Photoshop. So let's go ahead and get started. Close that guy out. Say goodbye. I was just complaining about the low score I got on that. So
Those judges.
I know them judges are a pain. Okay, that's out of the way. So what are presets? I'm going to go into the brush tool real quick. And with the brush tool, you have a couple of brushes available. Um, like I can't tell you how many brushes I have loaded in there right now, but I've got a bunch. How many of them do I use? Not a whole lot of them, but the ones that I do use, I have in a special box in the preset box, which are common brushes that I use all the time. Um, if you can't find a brush, like let's say I'm looking for a grass brush, type in grass, and it gives me the grass brush. And you can see this is what it does. You can make grass with it. I really enjoy that brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my size back down to reasonable. Let's say 500 on my size. I'm going to come up to my presets. I don't have the grass brush up there, but I have others that I love. So I'm just going to click on the settings wheel at the top, new tool preset. And I can click on that, or I can click on the plus sign under that, and it goes to new tool preset. And it says brush tool grass 1. Well, I'm going to take out the 1 and just say brush tool grass, click OK, and then you can see that it added it in. So when I want to go to any particular brush, let's go to my presets and I'll go to Fuzzy Tail Explode Brush 1. This is a wicked cool brush. Karen McCall gave it to me, and this is what it does. It's kind of artistic, depending on the colors you have going on. Go backwards, and we'll go to a nice blue, and then how about a nice red to go with it? And I'll show everybody how to get there real quick, and then just kind of paint. And the settings are what makes that particular brush go. So you have your brush settings up here, drag it out, shape dynamics, scattering, texture, color dynamics, blah, 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 blah. So everything you do will always have this particular effect until you change all your different settings in there. And I'll be talking about this at Texas School. So if you haven't signed up for Texas School yet, I have one slot left in my class. So you want to make sure you sign up now. Um, so what you do is you keep your favorite brushes in here. And when I go back and forth with brushes, let's hide that. A lot of times I'll go through the last set of brushes I've used and I'm going, which one is which? I don't remember. One of them's got to be a soft round brush. Well, if I want to find a soft round brush, I just come up here to soft round brush, click on there, and now I have a soft round brush. So anytime you find a brush that you really, really like, you come up here to the preset panel, either click on the settings wheel, new tool preset, or to the plus sign right here, which is new tool preset, and it tells you what you want. You can include the color in there. So if you have a special brush that is a certain color that you want to have, you just click on include color, click OK, and it goes up in your specials up there. So that's fairly simple on the brushes. And in class, for those that are in my class for Texas School that are visiting today, we are going to go over brushes a lot. So we'll spend a couple hours on brushes so you know how to make your own brush, how to save it, and all kinds of good stuff. You have your presets all set up and ready to go. Go to the settings wheel, come down here to preset manager, and you can see that there's a whole bunch of tools that have presets. So what I can do is I can move these around, or I can hit done and not even worry about that. In the presets down at the bottom bar down here, you have current tool only. If I unclick that, these are all my presets that I have between brushes, mixer brushes, crop tool, fonts, all kinds of stuff. So I just use current tool only, which gives me a set of tools to play with.
Hey, Mike,
Yes,
question.
answer.
Let's say I'm going to update my Photoshop and I lost all my brushes. How can I save them so that does not happen?
You can't. Everybody else can, but you can't. I was just going to go over that. Thanks for the prompt.
I knew that.
When you click on this down arrow and gives you all your brushes, come over to the settings wheel right here, click on Save Tool Presets. So click on Save Tool Presets. It says, where do you want to put it? Well, number one, I'm going to rename it to Mike's Tool Presets. And you see that Photoshop automatically saves it as a TPI, which is a tool preset. Um, you can save it into the tools, which Photoshop recommends. Okay, cool, I'll do that. And now it's saved in there. But let's say your whole computer system crashes. Well, that's not a good thing. So I'm going to go to Save Tool Presets. I'm going to go to one of my external hard drives. I have what's called Photoshop stuff. And I have a folder called Presets right down here. So if I double click on presets, I have backup presets, exported presets. So not a problem. And you can see I've already got Mike's tool presets in there, Mike's brushes number one, favorite actions. You back them up in two different places. So again, what you do is you go to the settings wheel at the top, save tool presets, and then you're good to go. If it crashes, what you do is go to the settings wheel, go to load tool presets, and it tells you where, or go to the tools in Photoshop, but you can also go to the other drive that I was saving them at, which was under Photoshop stuff, presets, and then I can pick out the preset that I want to bring in. Super easy. John, thanks for the question. Your $10 will be in the mail shortly.
With the other you owe me, sure.
Okay, so the brushes are pretty simple to work with. Let's go to the type tool because that one's kind of a little bit different. Um, in the type tool, you have all these different types. I don't know exactly how many Photoshop has now. Some of these that you've added on, you can delete, but most of the fonts are tied to Photoshop. and you're just stuck with them. You can't hide them. You can't make them go away. Um, but I have it set so the last 10 fonts that I use come up here. There are some that I use on a regular basis, some that I don't use that I really like. There's one called 28 Days Later. I got that from defonts.com. And let me show you how to get that. Go to your internet or your, yeah, search. And I'm going to hit new and we'll go to defont.com. And you can see it pops up right away for me because I use it all the time. There are a whole bunch of different fonts on here. So depending on what you want, you can go in and get just about anything. I mean, you can do weird stuff like, I don't know where that came from, but cartoonish kind of fonts. So you can pick out the font you want. Don't use these on professional products. These are more for play and not for professional if you're creating something. So I have one called 28 Days Later. So I'll bring it up real quick. This is 28 Days Later. And the cool thing is, this one is actually pretty unique and has all kinds of crusties built into it. If you want to change the color, you can do that as well. And now you've got this weird font. Well, I kind of like this font, so I'm going to keep it as a font. So I'll go up to my preset, which is up in the upper left-hand corner again. And you can see I have 28 days 72. Well, I like it bigger too, so let's go ahead and save it. And we'll call this 28 days, and it's at, well, this one's set to 72. We'll say 100. So you have the choice of doing multiple sizes. Actually, that's going to save it to 72, so I'm going to delete that one. And you can delete these as well. As soon as you find the delete button, there it is. Wow. No brain, Mike. That one's now gone. So you just keep the ones you want. You cannot go into your fonts, select all, and say, I want to change my preset. Well, the preset won't work because you've already typed it. So if you try to put in Taken by Vultures demo and make it happen there, it won't work. You have to select what you want first and then type with it. So we'll get rid of that. Hit escape. I say get rid of that. Goodbye. And why is all my stuff showing up weird? Okay. If you have this problem where you got different things going on in your panels that aren't supposed to be happening, there it is. Thank you. What you can do is you can go, in the beginning of class at Texas, we're going to show you how to save your desktop. You go to Window, Workspace, Reset Mics, and that's going to reset my workspace back to where I like it. So let's take this, we'll delete that layer, and we're going to pick on Taken by Vultures Demo 24, which is a small font. Type in my name. It's like, that's way too small for what I want. So let's go ahead and make it bigger. We'll make it, say, 48 point. And we can change the color. And you notice that I don't have to change have to select everything to change it. Once you're in the text tool and you're on the type layer, you can do anything you want to this layer here and it will change automatically for you, which is really cool. So Taken by Vultures is one of my favorites, so it's already up here. Times New Roman I use a lot Myriad Pro is kind of the default um, Adobe font. So that's Myriad Pro. It's already set up there. So this saves you from having to go down the line if you're looking for, say, Baskerville. You don't have to go there. You can come up and find it up here first and then make what you want to do with it. So the presets are really cool. They do a lot for you. And then preset manager, a lot of times what you can do is move these around in the preset manager so you put them in the order that you want. So that's really cool. The crop tool is another one. When I was photographing high school seniors, I would have a variety of size crops that I would send to millers to have them print for me. Normally, I would do 4x5s, not 4x6s, but I had them in there. So I have 4x6, 5x3, 5x4, 5x7, 8x10, 11x14, and 16x20. Now, a lot of the crops are pretty much the same. 8x10 and 16x20 are the same crop, just a different size file for when you're sending it to the lab. Um, I could probably crop them all at 16x20, but it takes up a lot more desk space or more space on my hard drives. So I don't do that. I only crop 1620 when I'm going to use a 16x20. But if you have a fun crop and you want to do like a panorama, let's go ahead, don't save, go to bridge. Let's say I wanted to make this image a panorama, and we'll do 16 wide by 10. What we can do is shrink the crop down. So that's now a 10x16. And if I like that, oh yeah, I like that panorama. Or if I want it more panorama style, we can go 20x10, which makes it longer panel. Okay, cool. We can do that. 20x10 at 300. You know what? I need to save this. So I'm going to go up to my preset, come up to the settings wheel, which is the little gear up there, come down and new tool preset. And it pretty much tells you what you got here. We got crop tool, 20x10 inches. I don't need inches. I know it's inches at 300. And I know it's PPI because there is no DPI here. DPI is dots per inch for your printer. PPI is uh, pixels per inch. And we'll save that. So if I ever want to crop another image, there we go. We'll crop that one. And that's now 20x10 at 300. Just that easy to do. And you can do that with a lot more of these tools as well. The gradient tool, you can do a preset to where if you want to have white to black, so I have it set for white to black right now, gradient, and it's set to a linear gradient. So if I drag it across, it goes white to black. And let's put in another. So you go, okay, I like white to black. I like the gradient. So let's go ahead and make a preset. And I have one already set, gradient tool, black to white linear. So this is what it will do. If I don't want that, and I wanted a circular rainbow, I did that for something recently. I don't remember what it was, but I needed a circular rainbow. So I saved it so I could find it again. I've never used it again. So You can do that with the gradient tool. You can do that with the type tool. If you want to do a variety of tools, you can do that. It's just all these settings, you just got to remember, oh yeah, I got that up there. I don't have to redo it all over again. And that's the whole idea of presets. So does anybody have any questions? No questions? You guys are going to let John hog the whole show?
Just a big thank you. I can't tell you how much this is going to save me in time.
That's the whole idea. These things are supposed to save you. Everything you do in Photoshop doesn't have to take forever.
I cannot believe how trying to find all my different signature stamps that I use with the brush, looking for the right size and what the right signature style, and that's going to be a godsend.
Well, in class at Texas, we're going to show you how to make your own signature brush. And I have mine in my presets up there, Collins logo.
Yep.
There it is. Just that easy. You can find it really quick. If you're working on different portraits, let's say, and you wanted blue eyes, brown eyes, green eyes, or light brown or light blue, we have presets for all of those. So if I click on blue, it gives me this color, and it says color mode 10%, flow at 100, smoothing at 10%. And it gives me a nice small brush. So let's go ahead and bring in and it's not going to show color on there because it's white. So let's go ahead and go to edit, fill. Let's do 50% gray, see if this works. So that's like 5 taps. That's 10 taps. And it's hard to see with the gray, but you can see that it added the colors in there. And yes, there is banding in there, Dwight. You can see the banding. And I was giving Dwight a hard time earlier about banding in photographs because he likes to find that in judging. But you can see it adds blue. You can also do the B for brush, go to my presets, go to green, and this works great for green eyes. And you only need to tap it like, I'm overdoing it here, but you only need to tap it a couple times to make the green really pop on eyes, and it works really well. So any questions, please? Going once, going twice. I'll stop sharing. I'll turn off the record button.